Well, hello, my fellow Voice of the Rings members, and welcome back to another episode of a Lord of the Rings excursion. Today I was playing this online here. We are having an actual large-scale war with the Elves. We've been pushing them back in RiseToWar. It's a mobile game, but I'm playing this on BlueStacks if you're wondering. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, this isn't my normal content, but I have been a little bit under the weather. My voice is kind of out of there. I cannot do voiceovers right now. This is my voice. That's all I got. But I felt good enough today to have a camera on at least, so I didn't look quite as bad. But as you can see, battle has been raging. The elves have taken lots. Isengard is rather big. We are still more powerful. The dwarves are over here. Mordor is fighting with the dwarves along this border. And there's a lot of stuff going on here. Rohan's a little bit squished in there, having troubles, but they are in a bad spot. The elves are very powerful, though. Again, you heard me in my other video previously, right? They're very powerful. So, what we are going to do right now is, as you can see, we're having battles on several fronts. We're having a battle here in mid, let it load there, in the ford near Rohan, basically. And then we were having a battle by the Argonath and the Dead Marshes. Alright, so there's several battlefront things. So where I'm right now is I have some troops here. Those are my little tiles right there. So we're moving out. We're destroying them here. In fact, we're winning so hard over here, I believe I'm going to send my two armies here to the east. So we're going to, and the way this BlueStacks lets me play the game, it's a little bit weird. So I like to go to the map and then click where I'm going. So I'm going to go over here to the Entwash above Anorian. So it's the northern part of Gondor's territory. So here's one of our crossings. I have some small tiny armies here. They're slowly getting tiles so I can get to this edge over here, take these locations here, and then I will move up, right? And I will start attacking from this angle. So these are all forts of the elves. They have no troops in these forts because all of their troops are over here defending. See, here's a lot of the elven armies marching, and there's a large-scale fight going on right here at the Dead Marshes. And then you can see we have lots of our troops. So they have a fort here, so we are attacking their fort. And here are all our things, and then we have a fort right back here in the Dead Marshes, which is the biggest thing. Or actually, technically, it's a fortress. Our little buildings are all forts. Better terminology there for this game. They're all one armies on the field. Where is Gimli? Gimli, where are you? There you are. Alright, Gimli is right here. So I'm going to probably send them to meet up with all my other people in the east unless they need help here. So as you can see, all the red arrows are going to represent enemy armies' movements. As you can see, they're all leaving these tiles, which means they were all defeated and they're all retreating, right? They lost all their men. Blue ones are people that are on my fellowship or guild, right? Moving around. Green ones would be my arrows, and then if it's purple, it's people on my faction who are basically the same team as well. Same thing with the tile colors, okay? So you all know that. But I'm just going to do a little playing here now, so. Again, this is a video that I'm sick. I can't do a lot of videos right now, and I was playing this game, and I was like, hey, maybe my members will want to see the game. It's pretty cool. It's Lord of the Rings. I'm Voice of the Rings. Right, Nerd of the Rings is on this game. He hasn't been playing a lot because he's been doing a lot of stuff, but a lot of his Patreons are, and I'm a Patreon of his way before I ever did a thing. Awesome channel. You got to check out Nerd of the Rings too, you guys. Absolutely recommended. Fantastic Lord of the Rings channel. I am being attacked right now by an army. Let's see how that's going. So Hirgon, which is a champion. He's just been attacked. He is getting destroyed, so I am actually going to have him retreat before he dies. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find him, and he's going to die. All right, retreat, retreat. So I'm going to recall his army, get him out of there. Get your men out of there, which is also a bummer because if this spot is taken right now by the elves, which it is going to turn around Aragorn's army. I mean, Gandalf's army. That is quite a bummer because these were my main armies coming over, and now they've just both been blocked. Unfortunately, in the way this game works, there's a cooldown on the tile. You can't take it back for like 2 minutes. So if your army gets there when it was taken by the enemy team, your guys just turn around and walk back. Bummer, bummer, that's going to slow me down, but I am building a fort here where I can bring people, and it looks like we just destroyed their fortress, which is fantastic. It's basically their guild or fellowship fortress. This game, again, fellowship they used for guild, which, I don't know, I feel like fellowship is smaller, which I like in Lord of the Rings Online, which you probably will agree with me that fellowship is a 6-man. When you do a raid, it's a big 24-man, and then it's a kinship instead of a guild in Lord of the Rings Online, right? So guild is just so commonly used in every fantasy game ever that it is nice that it's not throw on, but their leaders were not very, let's say, civil negotiators, we'll put it that way. All right, well, so I am going to send my main armies to the other front. So I need Gimli and Dwalin be sent, and then remember, what I told you guys in the other episode of for this game, right? You have to be, open the map, you have to be within one of your green circles of what fort you're at. Otherwise, the only way you can get to a certain spot outside a fort is using your ability points to do a long march, which is a very big waste of ability points because they take a long time to recharge, and I'd rather use them for XP or gathering resources, which are the other ways to do things with them. So I want to go to the main front. Let's see, the closest place I'm going to be able to get them is probably this fort here until my other fort is done. Wait, what about this fort? That has Legolas and Haldir in it right now. There are 2 other big armies I have waiting to come in. I need to get them somewhere. I believe we're going to go to this fort here. It's really near my base, but it's close enough. Yes, it has my 2 other big armies, so I'm going to move. By the way, if you're moving your guys to a fort, they get an increased speed buff. Alright, and actually I believe if I retreat them back to the fort they were at, it might be more than 120%. Let's find that out right now. So I'm going to go back over to Gimli and Dwalin. See, I can't do voices, guys. I'm sorry. I can't. Oh. And if you guys are wondering, I am okay. I did not get the dreaded COVID, but I got something just about as bad, apparently, according to the doctor. It's another virus. Goodness, right? All these things in the world. It's okay, though. We cannot be scared of them. We have lots of wonderful medicine and advances, which helped me greatly. But sometimes it's a common respiratory thing, but it is tracked in the world. It's called RSV, but I got a really bad version of it. And it's a virus that directly attacks your lungs. And I'm someone who has a little bit of asthma, so yeah, that wasn't fun. But I'm okay, my friends. Don't worry, you will not lose your voice of the ring, Zollin. I'm a tough dwarf. I don't go down without a fight. But yes, so that's why my voice is ruined and my chest still hurts, and at least didn't have to go to the hospital. It was close, but not quite. A few days ago. All right, and I was very proactive. That's the trick, everyone. If you feel sick, be proactive. Get to your doctor as soon as you can. Let him know, because if you get the medicine early, then the symptoms aren't as bad with whatever sickness you get, right? All right, there's your advice from Dr. Zollin today, and I'm not a doctor, so talk to your doctor. But be proactive, that's my point. All right, so we're going to retreat these guys to this fort. And then let's see if we get an increased speed buff, right? To the other place. do this. Again, my doctor wasn't sure. My tests were negative for COVID, but he's like, still could have been. But he said, I think it's the other one because it's been going around in our area. So, great. I guess COVID isn't the worst thing. There's other things that are just as bad. Goodness gracious. I mean, we all know that. But again, sorry. Positivity. I'm a positive dwarf. But the point is, I'm good. I'm good, everyone. If you're wondering. Because I know people are, my loyal fellowship members are going to be like, are you okay? In the comments, yes, I'm good. I'm good. Don't worry. Taking care of everything. Okay. We have someone alert coming to try to... Alright, we seem to have destroyed them there. So, I'm just waiting on them to get there. Again, remember, this is a phone game, so it takes longer to do things. But I wanted to show you guys this because we're having this great battle. And again, if you're enjoying my channel and you can always be feeling really, you know, quite excellent, you can like and subscribe. Because it's free. And then if you really want to join our fellowship, you could even become a Patreon and join our Discord. Alright, here's some serious battles going on right here. Everyone's looks like they're all meeting up right here. 3 or 4 armies coming from the elves. We got a couple more armies coming from the humans. I need to get my guys closer. I'm going to move up. I think this will be enough. I'm going to move up Haldir to here. He's in the fort to the... Oh, or not. I don't know where he is. Let's see, where are they coming from? Where are you coming from, Haldir? Oh, Haldir was literally right here, standing there. I'm a dork. My army was literally right in the middle of our camera, and I thought he was somewhere else, and now I'm retreating him. When I should have been sending him to that battle! Ugh. Silly me. So you know what, I'm just going to do this. Make him go back. This is quite a battle right here. That's 5 armies against 5 armies. So if I click on this tile... Wait, can I zoom in and click on it? It won't let me click on the tile. There we go. These armies are all fighting. All these names and armies. So, and they've got more coming in. I'm going to send my 2 armies in there to help. Alright, some people are retreating. Humans. Oh no, the human armies are retreating. This isn't good. I want to send in... Go Legolas. Go Haldir. Legolas and Haldir are not my strongest units, but they are good heroes. I've been focusing more on all my dwarf heroes. I want to see this battle play out though. There's 4 good armies, 6 bad. They're probably wounded though because 3 of ours just to left. 2 more bad ones are coming in. Bad being the enemies. Right, it's a risk game. Everyone is good and bad in this game. Okay, well, they took it, right? That was a couple days ago. We're going to retake it. And then hopefully, the season will probably end soon, so we're probably going to not be able to get the ring. But we can still find them back and say this is our land. Again, the elves had a super advantage, and everyone pretty much that is level headed is agrees on the fact that the elves had it on this particular server a little easy. But they still fought well. Granted, they still fought well. And they have a lot of players. I think they have the most players. And in fact, at the beginning of the season, you could switch. I think people switched because it looked like they were going to win, which really, I don't know about that as a mechanic in the game. But Agmar, again, was a bot. If it was real players, that would have made it harder for the elves behind them. And Rune was a bot, which made it a little easier for the dwarves and stuff. But even though they seemed to harder on that. But then over here, there should be a high elf with Gilgalad leading, and then Arnor faction, which were not in this server. And those also should be real players. And that would really balance the game, because really, elves were here with a one bot behind them. So they killed the bot. They were right next to the ring, because that's where they start. This is their capital. They surrounded the ring in week 1, which is the main goal of the game. So everyone else is like, we only had 2 things down here. We had to get land, right? And then, not only that, were they able to do that, they have all the Bjornings and Eagles along here, which are super units compared to, like, we get Oathbreakers down here, which is great. But what Eagles and Oathbreakers are, Eagles are super fast for your armies and rather strong. And then Bjornings have crazy siege potential to destroy buildings. So they had both of those immediately within, like, the first week. And then they were also able to just move over here with all this empty land because there's no other faction. It's just empty. So they just got a bunch of free land to farm. And then they could just have all their front lines over here. And not just that, they got Rohan and Isengard. They kind of did a little manipulation on some of the more people in those groups. So instead of Rohan joining us, or Isengard, right? Because remember, it's just a risk game. They were attacking us. So and we made a good truce with Mordor. Mordor never broke our truce. So, but we had to defend against Mordor at the beginning. Then we had to fight Rohan. Then we had to fight Isengard. Elves had no issues. Had all the right special units and just pushed in and got the ring. So, as you can see why that seems, from a risk perspective, not balanced. But, next season, what a lot of people are saying, and I agree with them, this is my idea too, is for one, make it where you can get eagles all over, right? At least in the good areas, right? And, like, Mumma kills, which are really powerful for Mordor, make it where Isengard can get Mumma kills too. Or maybe, possibly, if they want to do that. Maybe not. But just make it where it's a little bit more spread out so there's more options to get it for everyone because it's just a risk unit, right? The only difference between factions is you all get one special unit besides that too. So the Eagles and the Bjornings are units you hire, but like the Elves have a special Ranger unit, like High Elf Archer unit, where Rohan has Dol Amroth Knights, and I'm sorry, not Rohan, Minas Tirith, and Rohan has like really high level Rohirrim Cavalry, and Dwarves have like Khazad-dûm Guard, or not Guard, or something like that. And then Isengard's super good unit isn't very good. Some like Berserker things, so they might update that for them. But again, though, Isengard had free land to go over here too and take land because there was no other faction over here, right? Arnor wasn't here and all that kind of stuff. So you can see why it just seems like they need to balance that a little more, because if there's real players over here and Agmar's a real player team, it'll make it, even though the Elves will still have a serious advantage being next to the ring and having Eagles and Bjornings immediately, at least they won't have free land behind them, and they'll have enemies they're going to have to deal with that want to come through them to get to the ring. So, see how the balancing of the risk game, though, is. Again, we're on this far side, right? We had to fight through 2 other factions, and then the Elves are already all set and prepared. Not to mention the Eagles make their army super fast, Bjornings make them super good at attacking things, and the Oathbreakers have cool abilities, but they still die. They're still not perfect. They're still not like... They like don't take physical damage, but there's other things that still kill them. So, and Elves have magic stuff, so they kill them very easily. Again, you see the point. So there's my monologue of what they need to balance in the game. Again, I still recommend this game. Fantastic. I'm on server 55, Gondor faction. If you want to join me, I'm planning on not switching because unless like my whole group of friends switches, you can switch each season. I'm gonna just play Gondor again probably, because you can still be the dwarves. Basically, have your dwarf heroes, have your dwarf units. I don't use any of the human units. The only difference is on the map, the tiles, they look like Gondor soldiers. But who cares? Alright, let's see how we're doing over here. Alright, so we won this fight. Haldir took some damage. Legolas did not. I'm going to reinforce Haldir. If you notice that it looks like Mordor because we're in the Dead Marshes area, it's kind of interesting. Alright, so we're definitely kicking some butt here. I'm going to go ahead and move Legolas to take this location here. You see, now I've been monologuing telling you guys about the game, and I'm exhausted. my chest is like... I gotta stop talking so much. I just really enjoyed doing stuff and talking to you guys and showing you stuff. Oh, apparently that's out of range for Legolas. Okay. Alright. Wow, BlueStacks is lagging. It's funny, my computer's not. It's just the program. Alright, let's go over here and see what's going on. Again, this game is rather slower, right? So I'm doing a lot of talking, but I'm really excited about the Gundabad expansion, Lord of the Rings Online. I gotta get on that, but again, I only get like little spurts of like an hour where I can really do stuff without being exhausted. I have to go like take a nap. Gonna go get some, gonna order, well, I'll have it ordered to the house. I don't bring anyone sickness, but get some Chinese food or something. Curry chicken. Oh, sounds good. You guys have, I hope you guys have tea and you're enjoying yourselves too. Alright, so we're gonna have Awen go in there. Do you guys want to see me get another hero? I have the points to do it, I think. And again, when I'm feeling better, probably in a little less than a week, I will have some live streams too. Alright. So, see, I have Ranger Aragon. There's two different Aragons and two different Gandalfs. There's Ranger Aragon, right, which is getting very close to being Tier 5, which will be awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and give him another respect item. Tier 5 is when it opens the third level of abilities for that hero. Okay, and then Tier 3 opens the second level of abilities. So I probably should try to open Legolas' second tier of abilities. Do I have enough to give? I do. What else is this? This is also for Arwen. But I'm going to go ahead and get Legolas Tier 3. So I can use his... There we go. I get another skill point, another ability point too for that. But now if I go into his tree, it opened the Elven Prince tree, which is very, very strong. And he has one more point now that I can use. Alright, it's going to be a while till I get Frodo or Sam. And by the way, again, remember, when the season resets, I have to rebuild all my building upgrades. I have to re-level up my characters. But what you don't have to level up is this respect. You keep this. So that's really the work that's involved, and you keep your armor. And those are the things that you use gemstones usually for, is getting the armor and the Matham coins and stuff. Those are things you will keep throughout the game. Because it's like a risk board game. So when they reset it, your heroes go back to, everything goes back to, you have no land, your base goes back to level 1, your heroes all go back to level 1, but the respect levels all stay up that you earned, right? And then, and what heroes you've already earned, right? Because you start with 2 heroes in the game, and I have like 10, right? And then you keep your armor upgrades, you keep that kind of stuff, right? So then basically you just have to start leveling up with mock battles and collecting land, and basically it gives everyone a chance to restart the risk game, right? You're just restarting the board. Instead of like, the elves are overpowered, everything's not balanced right now, and then we start the next game and they have all their land still and everything. It'd just be a slaughter again, right? Like, and they're not. We're a really strong faction. Gondor's probably the second strongest besides the dwarves, and we're really battling back now rather well. We had a little bit of people gone in discoordination for a while, I think, but now our leaders are really giving good commands, and we're doing good. Dane Ironfoot, I really want Dane. So he's a level 3 hero. He's really hard to get. He's amazing. Lord of the Iron Hills. Dwarven melee units. Normal attacks deal 2% more damage, which probably times to 10 when you or 15. So you probably get a, what is that, 30% increase in damage. And then it says at max level it affects all dwarf units. That means range or mounted goat units. So he's amazing as a dwarf leader. He's really hard to get. And again, I could be dumping in tons of real money to try to get these honor coins, by random chance with the Matham coins, right? But I'm not gonna do that because I don't know. That seems I don't want to spend that much money on a game. It's a little too expensive. But the game itself is great, and I don't feel like it's pay to win. I feel like everyone's been rather balanced. If you play the game, you will be evenly matched with other people. The only difference is early, when the game first started, other people might get heroes before you if they spent a bunch of money on getting Matham coins, right? But you're gonna get the heroes eventually anyway if you keep just getting your weekly or your daily open free pack and stuff. Let's see. I think we'll have Ori take this one out. Oh wait, does Ori have his troops now? He does, okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start deleting these lands. It takes 30 minutes to get rid of a land, but I don't need them as long as I have the next one. And again, I can only have 216 lands up here, so I can't really fill them all up. Alright, let's see. Haldir's getting reinforcements. Legolas is there with him. I need to get my other heroes over here. I think what we're going to do is I need to move them to a safe spot so they won't get knocked back again. I need to move Balin, and Balin's still walking back, and Gandalf over here. So I'm going to get Gandalf over here. This should be a safe spot. It's going to take him 20 minutes to get there. Actually, you know what? I might send him, just in case, to where Haldir and Legolas are, because I really don't want that to happen like it did a minute ago and you saw them get bounced back, and I lost stamina too for no reason then. Because it takes 20 stamina to move no matter what, right? To move to a spot, whether you're going to battle or whatever. And reinforcing them is free, but when you attack someone, a tile, so you guys know all this stuff, when you attack someone it's 20. When there's a duel, if the 10 rounds, if neither of your armies win, and they both lose part of their army, when the duel happens, you wait 5 minutes, and then you do it again, and one of you win or die, or duel again, right? But you don't have to spend more mana after the duel. So once you're on the tile fighting, those duels every 5 minutes are not taking away your stamina. You're just battling it out basically over and over. But what you can do is you can retreat and attack again, so you don't have to wait 5 minutes. But that's going to cost you 20 stamina on for your hero to attack again. But you could also retreat, refill your army with a refill if have them come over however far they were for reinforcements, and then send a full army in again instead of losing, because your army being bigger makes you lose less troops, if that makes sense. So if it's a balanced army versus army, you lose about the same amount of troops. If your army has a lot more troops than the other army, you're going to destroy them. If your army has a lot less than the other army, you're going to lose way more people than you should. That's how the risk math works in this game. Alright, so we have some alerts. It looks like the elves are sending troops back into this area. But it looks like we're still just slaughtering their lands here. Maybe I should have kept my generals over here, but I think not. Alright, Balin can go over to where Haldir is now. So I'm going to go ahead and send Balin here too. And I'm going to send... Might let Hera go. I don't know if I'm going to use him in fights right now. He's right there. Gandalf's already on his way. They're all out of range, and they're traveling anyway. See, this is why it's a good phone game, because you can do this, right? You say, oh, it's taking to take 20 minutes, you turn it off, you go and do your normal stuff for the day, and then you have like a little either alert, or you just open it back up and continue doing things, right? Though when there's really big battles, like you saw at the beginning of this video, you really have to be watching, because everyone's moving, units all within 2 minutes, and like it's a big fiasco of battle, which is fun. But alright, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go over to... Do I have enough troops to reinforce him? I don't know if I want to reinforce him, because I don't know if he's going to use the units well. In fact, you know what? I'm going to retreat him back to the main base, because he's very close to my main capital. I'm going to re-put what kind of troops he has, because I don't want him to use up all my cavalry, because he's not only using it, he didn't use them very good in that last fight. I'm gonna go ahead and give Faramir some more Oathbreakers. You know what I might do? I might go ahead and give Faramir all the Oathbreakers that he can hold. Let him be the one and just let him take a bunch of tiles really quick. Once he's out of stamina, I'll retreat him, unload the Oathbreakers back in my base, and then reinforce another one of these armies and let it do it. That might be a more efficient way to blow through it. Because right now, since they're low, they're not being able to get it in one go, so he's having to do the draw method. He's actually losing a lot of Oathbreakers. They shouldn't be taking that much, but I guess their heroes do focus damage, apparently. Also, the Oathbreakers do damage to themselves, too. Unfortunately, that's their, like, mechanic. Again, Bjornings and Eagles are way better than Oathbreakers. I don't care what anybody says. The more I look at their stats and stuff, I'm like, the Oathbreakers possibly need a buff, but they are special against some things. Because remember, it's kind of like rock paper scissors sometimes with the armies, because like spearmen counter cavalry, and archers counter spearmen, and like that kind of thing. Horses counter archers, and then different super units that you hire counter each other. So different heroes, some are physical, some are focus, which are like magic, that kind of stuff. So they all kind of counter each other. So it's like rock paper scissors with armies. Yeah, exactly. Very cool. There we go. Ori took that. Well done, Ori. Ori, can you think you can take this one little single tile? I want someone to take this. So who can take this? Yeah, see, they're too weak. Ori could take it, but I think I'm just gonna wait for Boromir. I'll let Boromir do that one since he's ready. Alright, and now that he's not on that tile, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that tile underneath him. Merry and Pippin, I'm gonna have you guys, even though it's gonna waste 20 of your stamina, I'm gonna move you over here so that I can start getting rid of the tile underneath you. Again, I'm talking to myself out loud, so you guys know what I'm thinking, what I'm doing. Alright, let's see. I've probably lost people that died, so I probably start hiring more troops now. Alright, so here's the hiring. Again, if I wanted to, I have 4 spots for doing recruiting, and I have 1 spot for doing hiring. So, see again, I have some eagles because the game gave them to me. I have some Bjornings, but see how it says requires an area, requires Bjorning camps. You can only get those in the middle of the Elven lands. Those are the only place to have that. So we have to march through the Elven lands, past the ring, to take the Vales of Anduil, and to actually get to these, right? We don't technically have to take the land to get them, but we have to get there. And of course they're going to kill our forts and stuff as we travel, try to get to it, right? In their land. Again, I can have elf units, I can have all kinds of units, right? But when I click on them, for example, see how they have these little upgrades? I can spend gold to upgrade them, right? To make them more powerful with their stats. These are both 1. I haven't upgraded them, but if you look at my Dwarven Guardians, right? They're max. These are the bonuses they get, right? When they're fighting. So, and then all my heroes focused. My items I've focused on dwarves. My heroes I've focused on the dwarf heroes. So yeah. So again, I have lost some troops. I was 1,000 of my full barracks. The blue stands for soldiers in the barracks or in my armies, and the green is soldiers being healed or conscripted, which being hired. So, but I can have more. So I'm gonna go ahead and start hiring some more dwarves here because I have the money to do it. So I'm gonna do that. So 2 minutes, I'll have a bunch more of. And then I'm getting Dual Emerald Knights that I've upgraded too. Now I do have gold, so I could hire some more Oathbreakers. So if I click the hire button, right, because I can have 1 slot for hiring, and I do have a place to get Oathbreakers. So I could spend a bunch of my gold and get a bunch of that, but it's going to cost 100,000 gold, and they really aren't helping me that much. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use that gold towards upgrades. So I'm going to upgrade a Master Thrower, Axe Throwers, so they do more damage to giant creatures, which helps against eagles. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that for 80,000. That's probably all I'm going to be upgrade. Dolamarth Knights are great tanks like my Guardians. They have an ability that they will Zorb for the first 3 rounds, because remember there's 10 rounds in each fight. They'll take all the damage of everyone else. So yes, they died, but they also have damage reduction, and they're really tanky. So yep. My Goat Riders are amazing too. They have this ability: on hit, enemy target defenses down by 50% for 1 round. So if they hit, they lower their defenses by 50%, which is amazing when your axe throwers are doing damage, right? And then they have reduced damage too. So, yep, that's what's going on there, my friends. And this is where you get your gold, just resets all the time, and levy some gold. Again, how do you increase your gold if you're playing the game? 2 ways to increase your gold. Your buildings, which are when you upgrade your main quarters for whether it's your Numenorian, Durin's Folk, Elven quarters, or Rohirrim quarters, these will increase the production of resource and your gold from levies. So you want all these level 10, and then you also want... These ones are for, this is your normal buildings. None of these will help your levy, your gold, but the other thing to get gold faster is in the ring, right? When you do your ring source, I'm going to level up here. I'm level 150 on my ring! Heck yeah! This one right here, levy. Increase your levy resources. But I'm going to increase how little it costs to do mock battles for food. Alright. Again, I can do an occasional reset of this, but I'm getting pretty up there. If you guys want to see from last time when I showed you, here's my ranking. So personal ring level, I'm number 33 out of the whole server. There's not very many people that are, so see, these are all, there's a couple thousand people on the server. And this is my leader of my guild, Fellowship, right there. So he's 150. And a couple of these other people. There's me. Right? And here's one of my other people on my... And I believe he's in our guild too. Is he? Not sure. Dress and Master Prime is. And this is one of our guys too. Yeah, and he is too. 5th right there. He's one of our main guys. And if you go to personal production, he's actually top 5 too. So, but I'm actually 25. I was 20 yesterday. Some people just slightly passed me up. It also probably has to do with I just abandoned a bunch of little lands, which if you notice, see, I'm only like 500, where if I have 500 more production, which is only like 2 lands and they're big ones, I'd be like 19th place again. And then Fellowship production. We've gone down slightly because we had 1 or 2 people, I think, left possibly, or we had to get rid of our lands. We might have lost our lands, some of them, in a fight. So again, we're tied with them. We were first for a long time. We're tied with the Elf faction there, one of the biggest ones. And then here's another one, this Numenorian faction, which is huge too. They're called the Numenorians, but they're the Gondor faction too. They work with us a lot. And then the Wolf Pack is the main Dwarven one. Yep, that's the main Isengard one. That's one of the main Mordor groups. These are the main Rohan ones. Yeah, so pretty cool. This little stuff, again, challenges. This is like the season challenges. So here's the goal of the game, or at the end of the season at least. Occupy the ring. You get 600 points. It's basically how you get first place. Because you have to get 1,000 points to get first place. So you have to have the ring. And then you can also control 20 regions, right? Areas. We have 12. Defend your capital, gives you 300. And ring power, reach level 40. Personal reward 100 if met. You will be for all season rewards. Oh, if this condition is not met, you won't get any season rewards. So you have to have ring level 40, right? So I get 100, and then we defend our capital. It'd be awesome if we get 20 regions to get 400 more, because then we'd have 4, 5, 6, 7, 800. And the reason for, if I click this info, not after season, that's not what I wanted. I want to see, where is it? Okay, so these are the different levels of, you get a title or whatever. But I wanted to see what the rewards were. What are the rewards? I just looked at it yesterday and I'm totally losing it right now. Rewards, there it is. Okay, so see, so if it's just you, you get 2 Matham coins. Okay, so the low rewards, kind of crappy. They could bump this up. This should be 1,000 gems. This should be like 5 or 10 of these. Pretty sure that would be a little nicer. But then 200, you get a nice purple piece of armor. You get a purple helmet. So that's like, we're all going to get those. It'd be awesome. So this is basically, we're going to get all these for our fellowship, our faction. But it'd be fun if we could get 20 regions, because we'll have 800. We could get the special gold pipe, right? So it's just a really good pipe, right? And then if you basically get the ring, you get your faction, you all get a Mithril gold shirt. which is pretty cool. And they get the titles here. Oh, required titles. Oh, wait. They might not be able to get the golden shirt. Or maybe they already have. I don't know. Because the reason is you have to have 20 regions. And oh, they probably already have 20 regions though. So they're going to wait, let's see let's look at the info here. Names. Sorry, where's the oh goodness. There it is. Okay, capital defense, region controls, occupy Dogalduro. Yeah, okay. So they probably they're going to get it cuz then they get they already have this, right? They already get challenger. But what they need is also 20 regions. And again, because this server doesn't have 4 factions, right? 2 are bots and 2 aren't even in the game. It makes it a lot easier for the elves to go and collect a bunch of free regions. So they're basically going to get dominated for free. Okay? So, sorry, I mean, if you sound a little frustrated about that because it's a little balancing issue there that I think they'll fix. Because on server 29 that I was playing on, it's way more balanced. I went back and looked to what was going on. Way more like a risk board and everyone was battling. It was a little less one-sided with the where location were versus objectives for that particular faction of the elves. And of course, then they were saying how we had all those bonuses as Gondor, and we're like, you guys, we're fighting through 4 factions, and you guys are at the ring. And then of course the elves that are kind and good players are like, yeah, it doesn't really seem very balanced. Which poor Isengard, they're stuck right in the middle of everyone. They have it even worse, Isengard and Rohan, and Isengard's super units are just not very good, so I feel for them too. But yeah, I'm sure they'll fix all this in the next season though. But again, that's how the ranking works with that, so now you guys kind of know. Want to make sure you guys know how everything works, right, in the game. So I just kind of monologue. You guys are like, are you monologuing all day? That lag it does, that is not my computer. That is the BlueStacks app. And I don't know why BlueStacks does that. Alright, gonna hire some more goats there. And then let's see how we're doing over here with moving slowly. See how this game is, it is rather slow game, right? It's a very slow paced game, but if you like slow paced games and you kind of like to just have objectives and work with people, an overtime risk game that you're playing with thousands of people, I mean, it's kind of cool, you know? And you still feel special. If you're playing the game and you have a strong army, you can do cool things by yourself. Now, if there's 5 or 6 other enemy players that are all powerful to one spot, they're going to beat you. I mean, that's just how it goes, right? It's just numbers game. But there's times that I've beat like 3 other players on myself, though, because I just was really strong and they weren't. Because I am really top on the charts, so I have good ring power, I have good production, that kind of stuff. I've played a lot. That helps, right? Because there's daily things like the tavern quests and coming and getting your daily rewards, that kind of thing. All right, so there we go. There we go. So how are we doing over here? We're probably moving up for fighting more. So this fort's almost done, and then when it's done, I'm going to upgrade it so it can have more people in it. Where is everybody right now? We're going to try to get to this location. See, you can see all our troops are coming this way now. We want to try to take the Argonath in our thing. What are we? Are we fighting up here? Oh yeah, see, here's the attacks. We're trying to get through this opening to get to the Argonath. It also cut the Elves off because they're coming from the north. So they're trying to take all these forts out, and then we can come down here through here and take the Argonath right there. I think that's the goal. Instead of having to take the crossing too, because then once we take the Argonath, we get to sweep through these guys because they're not going to be able to get a lot of defenses here in time because they've lost so much already. I think I'm going to go for this right here. I'm going to attack this thing. There it is. Let's have Haldir hit it first. Oh, is that a range? Really? Well, that's awkward. I guess I'm going to have to wait for my fort. Just gonna have to wait for people. How boring is that? Oh, by the way, didn't I send Hirgon back to the base? Let's go back to our base real quick. Go to our armies in here to the right. Now, I was gonna give him a little bit different setup basically what I'm going to do is I'm actually not going to have him, he's not going to have Dol Knights because he's not going to use them as good as my other people. I'm just going to give him a normal Dwarven army of Ram Riders and no, not just that. And Dwarven Guardians. But I would like it to automatically balance. Oh, that's a good balance right there. Alright, there we go. So he's set. So now I'm going to go ahead and send him back out to join... Let's see, what fort do I want him to be at right now? I'm just dragging it because I know my fort's right over here. Right over this river. There it is. So I'm going to move him to here. So what I could do is I could move Haldir and Legolas to this one. I think I'm going to do that. Because then they'll be able to reach because of the circle. So, oh, apparently it's full now. Alright, well poor Legolas is going to have to wait out in the cold, I guess. So the reason being, again, if I go to the map and you see my circles, Legolas is positioned here at this fortress. So he can only go to this spot, which is why I can't move to this area. But if I position Haldir and Legolas at this fort, then they'll be able to reach this area because of those circles. It's quite a risk game, though. I mean, look at this battle. By the way, all the little tiny green dots you see, those are my lands that I own. So as you can see, I have a bunch of lands down here. I have a fort on this island, so I could travel to it by Dol Amroth. But it has really amazing resources. This is like the only good thing that Gondor has. It has this area that just has these crazy amount of resources. And I might try to go get these 300 tiles in the future. That'll make my personal power level go way up. But I'm going to do it after our war with the Elves pushing back at Argonath. Because it takes a lot of units to take tiles. Well done, Faramir. Continue marching along the edge here. And in fact, you know what I think I will do? I'm actually gonna like just send these bulls back to. And now when I recall, I don't think it'll actually cost. I don't think recalling costs stamina. So I'm gonna test it right now for us to make sure I'm not saying that wrong to you guys. So when I click on this tile, and let's say I want. So it's gonna cost. He has 113. It costs 20 to attack that, right? But now let's say, what if I recall? Does it take his stamina? So now let's look at his stamina. Is it still 113 when I recall Merry Pippin? It still is. So recalling doesn't cost stamina. Just so y'all know. Just attacking. Well done, Faramir. Keep on moving out, my friend. We're going to go ahead and recall Boromir here. And then I won't need these because I'm just trying to get to that point. It takes 30 minutes to get rid of a tile, so I need to make sure they're going away so I can move to the next things. Alright, so now I'm going to be able to start taking their tiles in here. So what I might actually do is move someone over here that'll be strong to help take these tiles too. And see how there's those little like barricades on this one right now? So it's in transition, protected for 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes or something. So I can't delete it or abandon it, and an enemy can't attack it. They can't take it back instantly. So who else is coming to this fort? Haldir's coming to this fort, and Hergon. Alright, that's what I thought. There's people coming to defend now. So here we go, guys. We're going to have a battle. You ready for this? We're going to send some forces that I have ready to go. Gandalf would take a long time to get here, so we're not going to do that with Gandalf. I'm going to go ahead and click share and show everyone I'm doing this on my faction. What's my fellowship talking about? Alright. Let our friends join in. Some more friends from Nerd of the Rings. Again, you guys are going to play with us, Voice of the Rings members. Come on over. Server 55. Gondor faction. We'll have so much fun. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and have Awen retreat. We will reinforce them back at our main base later, but now I can move... Legolas to this one, which I think I'm going to do. Haldir's moving to the other one already. Faramir's here. And I might move Aragorn. Wait, where's Aragorn right now? What is he doing? I forgot. A little bit of a mind game trying to remember what everyone's doing. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move him over here too, because I think they're doing fine. So, oh, that's not where I wanted to go. Wrong button. Wrong button. Again, it's a little too laggy in BlueStacks for my liking. Makes it a little too obnoxious. I definitely like playing on the phone better, but if I play on the phone, I can't record it nice for you guys. What do you mean out of range? I want to move him to that. No, I clicked the wrong one. That's why. Well, that's awkward. It's too late, enemy armies. I'm already sending the elite troops. Ha ha! The dwarves are coming. I did. Oh, didn't know. No, not supposed to do voiceovers. Not when I have no voice. Voice of the Rings is just a whisper today. To mention, I don't want to damage my voice doing voices. Say, I'd love to take these mines too. 230 and a 200, and this was a 260. You're too late, Elven Ambassador. Mr. Sebasperum. Whatever, I don't know how to say that name. That's weird. Why don't you have a cool name like Zollin? Alright, so Hirgon is here, so we're going to put Hirgon right here. I don't want him to be the frontline fighter. He's not as good as my other ones. No wait, is Dwalin already here? Where's Dwalin? Oh, Dwalin got over here. Dwalin and Gandalf are here. Okay. Yeah, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and have Dwalin take this thing with Gandalf. We're going to get rid of these tiles right here, since they're over here. Alright, good, good, good. And then Faramir? I really don't want Faramir to be the one to fight because he has Oathbreakers. So I'm going to go ahead and have Faramir take this. Since he's going to the other tile anyway. Faramir's getting low on stamina, so I'm going to let him just take a couple more tiles to get me closer. And then I'm going to let Gimli go into defensive, or actually no, Dwalin will be in defensive mode. By the way, when you go into defensive mode, it gives, I think it might give you a little bit of bonuses, possibly to defense. The main point is they defend everything in a 9 square radius that's your land. That's why I put a little barricade up around this one too. So this is the last thing Faramir's going to be able to take, and then I have to retreat him because he's out of stamina. Any of my commanders level up? Yeah, Legolas leveled up. Look at that. What are we going to give Legolas? He can get Elven Prince now. Normal attacks have a 50% chance of dealing additional 20% physical damage. Sweet. He's a very high damage person like Dwalin. Merry and Pippin are like support units more. Gandalf leveled up too. Sweet. What do you got, Gandalf? He's a really good support unit. Also has some crazy cool magic things. I think I'm gonna give. There we go. That's a good one. Oh, look at that. He really is. Make him get way less damage for an enemy dwarf. Allied dwarves take way less damage now with him. Alright, so I believe our Faramir is out of stamina. Is this? Yes, he is. So we are going to recall Faramir, son of Denethor, steward of Gondor. I like it that he sent one army to try to stop me. I gotta stop doing that. We're gonna go ahead and move Haldir over here. Come on over, Haldir, to the party. I'm excited to see what happens with this fight. So these are basically all my main leaders right here that I use the most. Legolas is an up-and-coming one, and Faramir's pretty good, but these are my main 6 leaders I use, really. Here they come, are you ready to die? I really don't think they can beat Dwalin and Gimli's army. It'd have to be some crazy army, but they're like some of my best besides Balin. Balin's my strongest army, Dwalin's second, Gimli's third. Can't turn it around because it's too late. Oh, wait. What happened to that poor person? I didn't even fight him, you know why? Remember what I told you at the beginning of the game? What happened to me right at the beginning of this video, guys? Yep, you remember. If you take the land when you're on your way there and it was your land, and you get there, I think this is a weird mechanic, but you don't actually fight, you're just sent back, and he has to walk 8 minutes all the way back. He could speed up. There's speed ups you can use when you're traveling back to a fort or recalling. So he could speed up instantly and be back, but then he's got to walk 8 whole minutes back. Can't speed that up. So I can just keep on moving forward. Who's going to be my new person? I'm going to try to save Gimli and Dwalin's stamina. And his and theirs. So my new person that's going to be in charge of stamina is going to be, I think we're going to do probably Awen, or yeah, maybe we'll do Awen. Again, I will show you how you can increase speed, right? So he's getting back, so I can click this increase speed to get back faster. So I'm just going to use a 5 minute, even though it's only 1 minute left. So now he's immediately in this place. And now I'm going to recall him back to the main fort because I need to remove the troops he has. So 5 minutes to get there. But since it's a recall, I can use one of my speed ups that you earn all the time for free. You can buy them, but you earn them. There, he'll be there in 23 seconds. So he'll like have flashed closer. All right, it looks like Balin. Oh, well. What happened here? Oh, weird. Oh, this is a weird mechanic. I've never had this happen before. So, I apparently was fighting, but I had no combat because what happened was this was our spot, and this elf guy ran and took it. And since he took that one, it wasn't connected to the big one, so when I got to the big one, it sent me back. See, again, it's a risk game, guys. It doesn't make sense. Wouldn't it just my guys fight and take that tile? Well, it's because they took that tile. So that's I didn't know this mechanic, so I just learned something. You also just learned something for the battle. Okay? All right. That's what we do here. Entertainment, fun, voiceovers, and learning. All things I enjoy. I'm one of those weird people that like to watch history things and science videos, and I do like learning things. As well as video games. Alright, see when they cross water, they get on boats, which is kind of fun. Again, you can't cross water unless your tiles are connected. That's why these rivers, no one's on either side here. They'd have to come over to this crossing, right? And defeat this crossing to get over into this part of the land, the elves. So this is kind of why I built a fort here, to be like defensive. In fact, I'm kind of thinking of upgrading this level 6 because it's in a good spot and it's near the Argonath. It's close enough that I can actually march troops all the way to this area. So I think I might just upgrade that so I can have 6 armies in it and make it stronger. I think that I will do that. I think I will. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this. This is the most you can upgrade it. Gives it more health. It gives it that. I can speed these up. I can speed up. When you first build your fort, you can't speed it up. You have to wait an hour and a half. But once you get it, when you upgrade it, you can use speed ups that you earn to upgrade it faster. And then you can use gems or whatever, right, to get free speed ups and stuff. Alright, so I need to go to my main base. We need to remove the troops from Faramir's, which means we go into here, we go to our army, we go to Faramir. Wait, he's not back yet? Where's Faramir? And why is it frozen? Oh, there it was just glitching. Blue stacks! You're failing us! You are failing us, Blue stacks! Alright, there he is, okay. So I'm going to go to outfit of him and remove that. He's not going to have any troops. Let him rest up. It's going to take him like 4 or 5 hours to get his stamina back. And then we are going to, let's see, I think she has the most stamina out of the group, so I'm going to give her all the Oathbreakers. And in fact, I'm almost thinking I might not waste my Oathbreakers on this, because they are dying taking tiles. I might just give her some. She's really good with mounted units, so maybe I'll just do this. Give her a bunch of goats and Dol Amroth Knights. Now granted, that's all my troops I have left. But that's okay, because we're just going to use her to clear stuff, which won't lose a lot of troops, and then we will send her home. Also, I can probably, yeah, my apothecary, I can heal some more troops. Wow, that's a lot. I've actually lost a lot of troops. So what I'm going to do is... Oh, wait. Oh, it's only that's why. I can only heal a certain amount at a time. So I'll go ahead and start treating those. So I'll have more people waiting in the wounded. I didn't realize you could do that. So you can actually have wounded people waiting. So if you lose people that die later in the regular barracks, those wounded people were just extra people, not counting what was in the barracks. So then you could just heal those wounded ones and put them back in. Again, risk game. Not a lot of logic there for reality. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and move A1 over here. And she is very cool hero. So Awen, you look at her right here, she has Rohirrim, which buffs mounted units. Very awesome. And then she has melee units, 40% chance of reducing physical damage received by 30%, which is also cool. Yeah, so she's pretty awesome. So now, let's see. So Balin and Gandalf sadly lost their stamina. I could just recall Balin and Gandalf to here and attack from the other side because I think we're doing just fine over here. I don't think they need me. Let's see. Look at this battlefield, though. Armies going everywhere. Well, I mean, the elves are marching on them. I might need to send them over here. You know, I'm going to go to this big tile here. If they can they reach, though? Can Ballin even reach it because he's at the other fort? Oh, he can't. He's one tile short. That's the worst. You see that white line that was on the ground? That was the limit of the circle. This will be done in 19 minutes, and I can relocate Ballin to that and then have him defend. So I might leave Ballin... Oh, nope. I might leave Ballin and Gandalf right where they are, right here, and they'll relocate them to this fort when it's done in 20 minutes. And then I can help with that battle more. And I'll just leave the armies out over here and keep pushing up myself. And I could use his stamina. He's actually not really my best leader as in fighting other armies. He's designed for taking things out. So like I'd like to use him against a fort that has no one in it once I defeat the armies in it, because he's very good at destroying forts. I'll show you why. He's the only person too that's not like from the movies, right? I think he might be in the book though. Can't remember. Like Captain of Gondor or something. But see, he has this +7 to siege, faster movement speed for the armies. So you have a bunch of goats. Dwarven ram goats are high siege damage compared to other mounted units. So I just gave him a bunch of dwarven goats usually and just let him hit the walls. Headbutt those walls, goats, as hard as you can. What does he have right now in his army? Oh, so he has a full setup of everyone. It's not really what I would want him to have. But again, look at his siege power. See, it's 130,000. Now let's compare that to... Let's compare that siege power to Gimli. Well, he's got 112. Again, he has more goats. He's 1,100 goats. They're the big key thing. But what about Haldir? So they all do because, again, he has a lot of power. But if I had Haldir, remember, Haldir doesn't have just goats. If I made him have all goats, he'd be rather powerful indeed. In fact, I'm kind of tempted to have him go back and give him a full army of goats so he can just ram the forts once I get to him. Okay. I don't know, where's this guy off to? Lord Raven of Gondor. Oh, he's way up here. He's being cheeky. He has a fort up here. Like, look where he is. He's between the borders of this Elf and Rohan place. He's trying to get Ents, I think is the reason why. You can get Ents in this area, right near Fangorn. The Wold and Fangorn have Ents, which is a great hired unit. And then, oh, they found my fort. I used to have a fort up here on the top of the Brownlands. They killed it. It was there yesterday. Oh well. Trying to think what my next best move is. Because the thing is, you don't want to waste your time, like your unit's moving time. So that's like the tricky part. By the way, if you're still here for this video, you're awesome, by the way. I really appreciate you watching so much. I know this isn't quite as entertaining as my other videos, which you should check out my other playlists. But again, this is me chilling and making a video of me playing a phone game, basically, because I'm not feeling my best. But I want to have some content for you guys this week. Alright, well that fort will be done soon, and then I'm going to continue to attack this area. I'd like to show a little more battle before I stop here. So Legolas is here, and he has full stamina, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let Legolas attack this. Go for it. Well, he's not full stamina, but I'll let him attack that. And then I'm going to have A1 attack that when she gets here in 3 minutes. So Dwalin is here, Gimli is here, Gandalf and Balin are over there, Haldir is here, and Aragorn is here. But Aragorn needs reinforcements, so I'm going to send him some reinforcements. Alright, there we go. Let him get some reinforcements there. He'll have those informants, then I'll send him over here too, and we'll have quite a few powerful armies ready to go. Alright, so Hiragon just got back to the base, or Hergon, I'm not quite sure how you say it. Well, actually, he got back to this fort. I need him to go all the way back to the base. Alright, and I don't want to wait that long, so we're going to give him a little 5-minute boosters. There, he's at the base. Okay. Again, you can only do speed ups when you're recalling. That's what helps balance the game from being pay to win. It'd be really dumb if you could just speed up to immediately get to a tile when you're like trying to counter a fight. That would totally destroy the game. But it definitely helps a little to have the speed us back to base. Oh, wrong thing. Okay, so I need to go into army, and then I wanted to give him all goats, which I don't think I have enough goats to give him all goats. I most certainly do not have enough goats to give him all goats. See, I'd also I might start getting bow knights, the elf bow knights, because they're fast, and I could give one of my armies goat riders, bow knights, and Dolamroth knights, or Dolamroth knights and bow knights. Probably would be a pretty good combo, especially if I get a hero like Theoden. Oh, I told you guys I was going to get a new hero at like the beginning of this. What the heck? We got to do that right now. So I've been thinking about it really hard if I should get Theoden or Éomer. And because of the stats, I think I'm going to go with Theoden. Jethros has Theoden. He's amazing for horses, and that would probably be the guy I want to use. So here's Theoden. I have enough things to get him enough respect. Or I could use Éomer. Or Éomer. It's Éomer. Yeah, so he has a similar thing. He buffs cavalry units, mounted units. Against one target, he deals damage. Riding excellence, mounted units take less damage. So let's compare that to his bottom one. Same thing, but the renowned allied army and this commander a 7% chance of removing one debuff. That's pretty cool. Deal physical damage, one allied melee. That's pretty cool. 2 allied units recover 17 HP each round. See, this is why it would be awesome. If I had Dolamroth knights and those archers, horses, he'd be perfect for an army of 2. Every round, mounted units have a 7% chance of recovering HP. Also crazy. Deals super good. So now let's compare those to Hammer. One enemy, deal physical damage, increases speed for 1 round. That's kind of cool, but that's just for him. Army's defense is higher. That's good. 2 deal physical damage, and then he's got Éomer does more damage himself. He's better at he does more damage as a hero himself, is what I'm saying. Every round, mounted units have a 75% chance to recover. That's really cool. Mounted combat on hit, mounted 20% chance to deal additional. Woo, okay, so that's really strong for mounted. And 1 enemy. Let's compare that to Theoden. The army mounted units have more attack and more HP. Commander speed and gain initial during combat. Okay. Enemy defense is lowered. Alright, well. Oh, but his level 2 is like the same thing as Éomer's level 3. Mounted 20% chance of dealing. Oh, wow, yeah. Theoden's better. Alright, we're getting Theoden. Who are you guys ready to see Theoden? This is huge. I've been trying to do this for a couple weeks. Dink, 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 dink. Gift. Commander join! Theoden has appeared in the tavern. Recruit. Should I go grab Theoden's sword just for this moment? There it is. There's an up close of Theoden's sword. The one he's holding right there. Right there. There it is. It's gorgeous. So shiny. He's even got the little, like, officially made logo. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Yes, look at the hilt. Look at the hilt. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Leather handle. Beautiful shining horses. Beautiful blade. There's the whole blade for you guys. Whoosh. Or like he's doing, right? Holding it down, but I can't show you that. There it is. Alright, I'm done with that. We have Theoden! Hooray! There's some descriptions about Theoden right there. We can read it real quick if you guys want. Put this back so it's nice and safe right there. Okay, so Theoden, Horsemaster. Theoden is the leader of Rohan and the adopted father of Éomer and Éowyn. He rules over, and they're his nephews, right? Realistically in the history. He rules over the Riddermark, the land of the Horse Lords. I can't do this in a cool speech voice, I'm sorry guys. And is respected commander and encourages leaders. A friend of Aragorn and the Fellowship of the Ring, he is a valuable ally in the conflict against the Dark Lord. Arise! Arise! Okay, this is one of his quotes, right? So it's going to be more like, Arise! Arise! Riders of Theoden! Fell deeds awake! I can't do voiceovers, so sorry guys. Later, I'll do this. I'll read this line in the future. Fire and slaughter. Spear shall be shaken. Shield be splintered. A sword day. A red day. Ere the sun rises. Ride now. Ride now. Ride to Gondor. Right? We all remember that awesome line from the movie. Also from the book from Tolkien. Super cool. Super awesome. We have Theoden now. Normally he'd show up if you didn't click recruit. He'd be right here, and you click recruit, and you get that. But I have Theoden now. Should we brag about it? It's Theoden, right? Or is it Theoden? I don't know. I think I spelled that wrong. Let's go to the commander. Theoden. I did right. Sweet. Alright, so we can give him some gear. I don't have any purple gear for him right now. I might actually take this item I have on A1 and give it to Theoden just because he's a little bit better at horse leading. And then I also gave her this. But would this one work good for him? See, this helps evil men, like Easterlings. This sword isn't really good for my team. Again, apparently you might be able to switch from the evil to good side and bring your heroes to both sides, including your weaponry, which is very interesting. Oh, army attack, ranged, speed might. Elven ally units damage dealt increased. This might work good, actually, with me if I'm going to do Dol Amroth Knights with Elven archers behind them. That might actually work pretty dang decent. I think we're going to do it. That's what we're going to do. Because that's the goal. I want Dol Amroth Knights and I want Elven archers. And this doesn't really help me because my goal is to have Dol Amroth Knights tank. So that's going to just give Elves more defense. But they don't need more defense. So a better thing would probably give him this. And it gives more defense to one ally for one round every 2 rounds. We give it probably to my Dol Amroth Knights. So think we're gonna take that from A1. I'm sorry, A1. I'll give you. She hasn't really upgraded it yet. She hasn't been used a lot, so we're gonna unequip that. I will give. Yes, that's fine. Unequip. A1's going to get instead HP plus focus, ally melee damage received, army speed, ranged. Get more. That's good if she has ranged units in her army. Focus, might, speed, allied range units damage received is reduced. What does this one do? Army defense, speed. Oh, that's really good. Let's give her that one. Okay. Now she has this, which army defense mounted units. Every 2 all allies receive. I'm gonna totally give this to her. Wait, what's this one? Is this the same one? This is just ally melee units. They reduce damage and army defense. Might, speed. Oh wow, this is actually stronger. The horse helm? See, it gives more mounted defense. It gives 8 speed, 8 might. This one gives less of all those. Except every 2 rounds, all ally units get a 16% chance to gain stun immunity, which is really cool. But this one makes it allied mounted units take less damage. I'm just going to give that to Theoden. That seems good. Where are you, Theoden? He's level 1. I'm going to have to give him mock battle so he levels quick. Alright, and then chess piece. Remember, I'm going to give him this one. And then I got to level him up to 3 too. So we're going to definitely go straight into horse defenses. So he's going to get the Rohirrim buff for level 1. Now if I want to increase his respect to 3, that's going to take a while. But because I only have one of these, it's going to take a while. I got to get him level 3 before I can get that next level of things for horse stuff. And then he'll be able to use a jeweled item too. So wait a sec. Did I keep... Awen has items still, right? Yeah, she does. Okay. And again, I'm going to have him use the bow because of the elven archers that I'm planning on using. Alright, what is happening here? Oh, the elves are pushing back right here pretty hard. This is nice. This guy's nice. He's like, oh, good job, voice. Voice of the Rings. Everyone calls me voice on this, which I don't mind. It's kind of hard to type in this, to type a full name. I thought about being Zollin, but I was like, no, I'm just going to be voice of the Rings. Everyone will know who I am better then. Especially if you guys are playing with me. I mean, some of you guys will know I'm Zollin, but, you know. Your hosting guide. I just can't. I'm dying. Not really, but miserable. Alright, go Awen. I even have a lot of medicine in me, so I wouldn't sound so miserable you guys would not enjoy listening. Alright, who else has a lot of stamina this here? I'm gonna wait for Awen to take these. Hold on. Alright. Oh, by the way, is that building almost done? Because Gandalf and Balin are over here just waiting around. 1 freaking minute and 30 seconds. Okay, well. Got some serious armies ready to go, you guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, what we're going to do is that I'm going to focus on as much stamina as I have, take all this area right here. And then I'm going to move up and start attacking these areas. I think that'll be the goal here. Because the elves are desperately sending troops back and forth to defend over here. Because most of our main attack is here, which we are looking like we are doing decently well. And then the fold, it looks like we pulled back at the fold from an hour ago. Because we pushed out really far, we destroyed all their forts. But now we have all our forts back here, right? Like a lot of forts, right? That's mine in the middle there. I name mine. Nobody names their forts really. Like, look at, they're like not overnamed really. But I named mine Mid-Ford. So it's in the middle of Ford, the region, right? Again, that's so when I click on my tiles and see here's my forts, they're named. So like North Dead Marshes. This is a resource area I had. Dead Marshes. North Athelion. The Island Bay, which is the island one, near Harad, which is a location. Harondor Crossing, which is a place in Harad. Pub Tavern, that was a place next to Jethros, but he moved his house, so I left it there. Yeah. I think it's good to name them. When you name them right when you build them. You can't build them and then name them. It's really weird. So when you click build, then you have to, then a little thing pops up, you have to type in the name, and then you say build. Like, so if the tile, you click build, pops up, you type in your name, then you say build in the bottom. So It's really annoying because I messed up a few times, and then once you built it, you just have to wait an hour and a half and then get rid of it, lose your resources, and then rebuild it if you want to name it. Which I did a few times because that's how much I wanted them named correctly. Guys, like 30 seconds, I'm going to move ball in there. Did Awen take that tile already? She's almost there. Oh, let's get, we have 10 ability points saved up, so let's go ahead and go over to Theoden, who's level 1. By the way, when I do a full, if I give him almost a full, he doesn't need a lot of units to do, in fact, I'm just going to give him just a mock battle, so it doesn't matter what units he has, so I'm just going to give him these eagles because they won't die. Come on. Alright, he just needs some units so he can do some. You can't move a hero unless he has units. And this is my highest tile, 260 that I have. I don't have a 300 yet, but it's right next to my base, which is great. I'm going to do a mock battle. This is how you get XP. I choose who. I'm going to be Theoden. Again, I got Awen from level 1 to 29, I think, from one mock battle. Now, I used all 15 points, so it's not going to be as much. I actually want a little buff here. I'm going to go to my fellowship thing. Can I not get... Oh, I didn't reset it today. I want one of these. It increases how much mock battles give. What I might do is I'll use some gemstones. I'll go in here and you get one of these. Get a mining one too. What is this gift thing I see here? Oh, it's you could buy more stuff. Oh, it's telling me I could get a bunch of renown for Theoden if I wanted to. It's how they're making their money. I understand it's a free game. It is tempting though. All right, Theoden, Horsemaster. That's how Saruman insults in the movie, at least. All right, so it cost me. See down here? Oh well, you can't see. Let me move. Right here, it costs a certain amount of food, which gets reductions because my ring power. I have reductions for the stamina cost and for the food and how much XP you get. Bonus, right? And then it's going to cost 100 stamina. I could do 150, but I only have 10 points. I'd need another 5 ability points, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click the button down here and launch that. Let him go get XP for a couple hours. See how much faster he is because he has eagles. Eagles are so fast. It's crazy. Again, I have this right down here, which gives more XP gain, more XP from mock battles, cost less stamina, and cost less grain. That's why I'm using that, so I can do XP leveling. And the reason he can do more stamina is my stamina buff up here on the top. You have a little stamina buff. 130 extra stamina for each champion instead of 120. It is definitely worth it. It's awesome. Let's go, Awen. I like the background music. It's cool. And it does change depending on where you go. I don't know if it does here on BlueStacks is good, but let's just jump up to like Erebor. You guys can see Erebor too. Let's see if the music changes. It doesn't do it as good in the BlueStacks app. Yeah, it doesn't. Because in the phone, if I went here, it would change to a dwarven, like, sounds like snow and wind, and then it has like a dwarven theme song when you're in the dwarf area. It's pretty cool though. There's Erebor. You guys want to see a couple other places? Famous places. Here is Cardoom, which we will see in Voice of the Rings: A Lotro Tale soon enough. We're in that area. It's pretty cool. Again, the elves took it very quickly because it was a bot, even though it did fight back annoyingly, apparently, but not that hard. I think I showed you guys the Grey Havens, right? In the other video? Here's the Grey Havens. There it is. Pretty cool. Alright, and then again, the little red dots you see on the map, they don't have a castle, don't look impressive. They're just this generic keep. They're not like a special location like these other places, like here's a Numenos. Pretty cool. And then right here is the Shire, which I think I showed you guys this already, but we'll look one more time in case you didn't see it in the other video. It's kind of cute. You can see like the little bridge and where the tavern is and the market, and then like here's Bag End, right, with the tree on the top. It's kind of I think they did a good job. Alright, A1's done. So let's hop over to A1. Alright, take this one now, A1. I have so many armies out here. Oh, and by the way, I'm sure that fort's done over here. This is the kind of hard stuff to remember what you're... So now here we go. I can have 2 armies, so it's perfect. I'm not even going to upgrade this one yet. I'm just going to move Ball in there. And I'm going to move Gandalf to that one. Does cost some Torment Stamina, but they'll be relocated and then they'll be to move anywhere within that ring, which should be up to this thing and all over. Because we're trying to get to the Argonath. I think we want to do that today. Or actually, we might have put it off a little bit. I'm not sure. We'll find out. It is good, though, because, again, remember, when you saw my other video, we had the lands all the way up to the Brown lands. And then since we were fighting Rohan and Isengard, because we pushed in Isengard really far. I think we pushed a little too far. I think that's one of our issues. Me and Jethros were talking about it. We pushed a little too far. The Elves were able to come and take all these and take the Argonath, but now we're pushing them back. We're slowly pushing back out of the Ford, out of the Dead Marshes. We're going to take the Argonath. We'll probably take back this keep. You know what I mean? So maybe we have a chance to get to the ring again. We made a truce with Isengard. We gave them back their land here, this one, to basically not attack us anymore. So they agreed because I think they might be fighting the Elves up here too. And Rohan's just doing their darndest to survive. Poor guys. Again, at the beginning, their leaders are one of the reasons they didn't ally with anybody. And in fact, they allied more with the Elves, which wasn't a good idea because now the Elves are kind of running over them in their lands, which we all knew was going to happen. So that's their choice. It's part of the game, negotiating. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and have A1 attack this. Let's see some battles here. Ready? A1, you take out this thing. Now this one, I want to take this land, so I'm going to go ahead and have one of my big boys attack this one. Let's have Dwalin attack this one. It's telling me he doesn't know the strength because it's an enemy tile, but I know there's no armies on it because it would tell me there was an army on it, so it's just the generic strength of a 230 tile, which means I'll probably need to send Aragorn to go help him back him up. Do 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 do. Okay. So now I might just have A1 hit this because there's no one in that fort. So it's really just use up her stamina. She still does decent damage, right? What is her... I'm just going to let her do it. But what's her attack? Yeah, she's still got 73 siege power. She's just slow because she has dwarves on foot with her. That's why her army's slow. Otherwise, she'd be a lot faster. I think might have Legolas attack this too once. Or just have her hit it twice. She might be able to get it and use up her stamina. Send her back, take her troops, put them in another army. She's battling, she's battling. She defeated them because there was no armies there, so she just did a bunch. She did 73,000 damage to it. Which, now let's look at it. What's it at? 51% health. She might be able to kill it in one hit, maybe one more hit. Or should be at 1% health. Which would be kind of a bummer. Alright, so Dwalin just fought this. So he definitely won the fight. It's pretty, like, they lost a lot more troops, right? 3,000 compared to mine. He'd probably win in another fight, but since he's already lost troops, he'll lose a lot more than he should. So I'm going to let him be dueling, but what's going to happen is Aragorn's going to hit it, Aragorn, and then... Oh, he takes 5 minutes to hit it, though. The tile reset in 15. So what I might do is I'll retreat Dwalin off it, because Aragorn will be able to get there in time. Let's reinforce Dwalin with some armies from our main base. And then, yeah. So I'll go ahead and attack this one more time with Eowyn. Now you guys can kind of see how this all works, right, with the game. Oh, man, it really doesn't like to load this BlueStacks. It always lags. It's annoying. I wanted to check if I can upgrade any, but I think I need to wait for more levies, more gold. Now, I want to see one thing. How much really is that respect they were saying we could buy with real money, right? So, to get him to... So basically, it would just be level to level 1 with respect. And how much were they charging in the store? Okay, here's why I think they're a little overpriced, okay? How much was it? It was $10. And again, you'll get respect things like this for Theoden over time with tips. The tip thing, right, that resets each day. So I don't think it's worth it. I'm just going to play the game normal. It's not worth it. Now this one could be. This one also is kind of nice, but still, it's a little bit too much. It's $20 for these. Like, it's a little bit overpriced. I think it's like 50% overpriced. If I'm going to like put a number price on a video game invisible item, right? But again, do what you want. You're having fun. You want to put money into it, guys. That's what money is for, right? Just don't be frivolous. You need it for food or something else. Don't be using it on a video game. Yeah, see, she wasn't able to finish it off, but I think she has enough stamina for one more attack. She does. Sweet. So I'll let her finish off that fort. And then I'm going to have a couple armies hit this one. Hopefully I have enough stamina to clear these ones, and I'll probably end there. I would like to take that one too, if possible. Sweet. Alright, she got it. So now, she's finished that off. She has no more stamina, but she does have stamina to always recall, because it doesn't cost stamina. So she's going to head on home, so I can take her troops for another army. And I'm going to have, this is a 260 power tile. It's going to be a very powerful tile. I need to reinforce, normally I would use Ballin to help take this tile. It's going to be a lot, but I forgot I need to reinforce, Dwallin's army. I think Dwallin, Gimli, and Haldir could take it together, though. It's really being weird in that app with the lag. Alright, I don't know if Aragon's going to take this outright. Because I don't know, how much damage did Dwallin do to it? He killed half of the first army. I think Aragon's going to need help with the other armies. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with Haldir too. Wonder if I should send Legolas too, just in case. Just make sure we get it quick. I might need Legolas though to help me kill. Because Ballin, remember, Ballin and Gandalf were off doing other things. Let's see, how can we have Ballin and Gandalf help now? Did they need help anywhere? I think what I'll do is I'll send Ballin and Gandalf right here to just help fortify this position. Because it looks like the elves are sending an army right now. I'll put them in defense mode and just help defend that spot. Ballin and Gandalf are amazing defenders. They have a lot of cool healing things, so. See, the elves are way too busy for me to stop me. That only that one guy sent an army. It didn't even matter because yeah, I got pushed back. And this is nice for me to battle here because it's so close to my base. I can get reinforcements in like 3 minutes instead of like 40 minutes, you know, if it was far away. All right, so Aragon took a heap of load of damage from that. This is a big tile. But he did kill the first army and he got through part of the second. So that's what I thought would happen. I'm hoping Haldir will be able to finish off that second army. That's the hope. I think he can. I think he's good. Haldir's a little stronger. When Dwalin gets his reinforcements in 2 minutes, we're going to attack this tile with everything I got. All right, well, he was not able to finish it. He got close, though. He'll win in the next fight. But I think instead of doing that, well, we'll use up some of Legolas's stamina. Let's have, like... It'll be better, though. I'll lose less troops if Legolas is the one to do it, because he's a lot of troops left. So I think that's what we'll do. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to... I'm going to not retreat, because if I destroy it and they're still doing their draw, the armies won't be there when they're done, so they won't take any damage, but they'll stay on that tile. If I retreat them to try to refresh that 5-minute timer faster, it'll make me have to walk farther the next time. And I want to be able to use them immediately to... I think it'll be faster altogether. We can probably get rid of this tile. This tile. That's a 150 tile. I think I might keep that one. We're going to get rid of this 160 tile, though. And again, people can't cross these marshes. So they're little choke points you can use. I'd like to get Balin and Gandalf over here. This would help me take these much easier. Sweet. Alright. Yeah, Legolas had no problem doing that. So I need Legolas to have stamina to hit this. Let's see, so... I think Legolas could take this for me real quick. Right? How much do you have? Oh, Legolas can attack 3 things. Sweet. He can take these 2 tiles so that nobody can get near me. They'd have to, like, collect these tiles to come to me with these other ones. And then when Dwalin is reinforced, who is going to take this tile with Dwalin? Dwalin and Gimli are going to have to hit it. And then Legolas will hit it. And then I'll probably reinforce Haldir to hit it too. And that should be enough to take a 260 tile. That's the highest one I've ever taken. You lose a lot of troops. It's really hard. Because if there's not an enemy army that's a player, they automatically have armies defending them. See, that means a level 45 hero with 2 armies, which is very powerful. Very few of my actual heroes are over level 45, so. Usually your units are better, though. Well done, Legolas. I'll take that one, too. I don't need that tile. Alright, so I think we're good enough that we can start attacking. Because the reinforcements are so close that I can reinforce them quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and let Dwalin attack that. Gimli started heading that way. A-Wing can she's almost back. Legolas is pretty much full health still, like with troops, so I don't think I'm going to send him a reinforcement right now. Yeah, he's pretty much full. So I'm going to send him that way. Oh crap, is he going to get there first? No, Dwalin's going to get there first, thank goodness. So I'm going to send reinforcements to Aragon and Haldir in a minute when there are things up. And see, this is why it's good to have a lot of leaders, because you can do a lot more stuff, right? Because they each have individual stamina. Alright, I think our goal is, guys, for the end of the video, we're going to take this tile. And we've pushed them back, and then later we're going to take on the Argonath as a full group. And retake our homeland. Technically, I'm dwarves of the White Mountains, so we're like from the Glittering Caves or something. We're just helping the Gondor. You can hear my voice is getting worse. Go grab some of that medicine. Alright. Reinforce Haldir here. He's got reinforcements coming. Reinforce Aragon the second. Lord Aragon. Alright, he's got reinforcements coming. Those will both only take 5 minutes, which is good. Because we're so close to our capital base, which is awesome. I don't want this 90 tile, just not high enough power and resources. But this tile I'll keep for a while, it's 150. That's a good one. When these are done, I'm gonna probably get rid of these two. Though actually I might wait because I might try to go get this one first. Boop boop. I want you to get back faster. Go, go. Go to our base here real quick. Enter. Go to our armies. We're going to remove those stuff that Awen has because she is out of stamina. Come on. Come on. Come on, BlueStacks. Come on, you can do it. That's not even the person I clicked on, BlueStacks. What the heck are you doing? Alright, so they're back in my barracks, so they can be redistributed to more different armies. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to make Aragon here a more powerful defense army. In fact, I could just give him all the goats. No, I'm not going to do that. Well, he does need goats. Maybe we'll just give him all the goats. His siege power really isn't that high, though, compared to having a full regular army. Yeah, we're going to split them up, because I want the goats to be able to be in more than just one army. We're going to do that, and then I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to allow it to click this little button. That's the outfit button I've been clicking, right, to get to that. This one right here. When I click that, it'll just automatically fill them all, and it kind of balances it nicely, so sometimes I'll just use that. Alright, and we're going to send him on over. Oh, we have a levy to use, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Oh, wrong button. That's not where I want to go. Oh, except we're about to battle. Guess we're going to fight off this army. Let's see how Ballin does. Defensive mode, Ballin. Go. You too, Gandalf. Here we go. Good thing I looked over here. I didn't know if that'd be attacked. I think it's just us defending this tile. Oh, doesn't matter. They were going to it a long time ago, 17 minutes ago. And we took it already, so they just ran away. Guess I don't have to worry about defending it now. Alright, we're going to move here going to this tile. Or COVID Cat. Wait, Corvin Castle. That's what I called it. I don't know why. I was like, I'm gonna make up a name. Or Keep, I put, I think. For it. Alright, let's see how we're doing here. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and pull Legolas out. We're gonna pull them out. Because how much time do I have until the tile resets? It's right here when you 12 minutes. So their heroes won't reset, but I don't want them to fight when they're that low. So I'm going to pull them out. And what I'm going to do is, Zollin I'm going to give a little speed up to, so he gets back quicker, so I can get him reinforcements faster. Which should only be about 3 minutes. Because again, I'm clicking the button right here to refill him, and then I'm clicking this to, right, the bottom one to reinforce. Oops, sorry, moving the wrong screen. So yep, 4 minutes 30 seconds, so they should be there in time for him to get back and attack one more time, which I'm not sure he will have to after I have Haldir and Aragorn attack in a minute. We'll find out. I can also start, for one, I'm gonna start conscripting some more Dol Amroth Knights as much as I can with money. If the game doesn't just freeze forever. Alright, there we go, sweet. Another 542 Dol Amroth Knights. Fantastic. We have a levy. We're gonna levy another 19,200 gold. Thank you, everybody. Way to pay for the war efforts. Alright. Reinforcements are about finished. You can also cancel when you're getting rid of a thing if you end up deciding you want to keep it. But I'm not. Alright. Go, Aragorn. Attack. And then Haldir's going to follow up, and that's probably all we'll need. You notice all our staminas are about around the same for all my heroes. So I've been trying to balance who attacks what for that very reason, right? And again, if we really destroy the elf armies, you guys, it's going to take them like an entire day to get them all ready again. For at least conscripting. Now, you can use speed ups to heal your guys faster. I'm not, because I have plenty of troops, but I'm just going to wait for the normal timer. But still, when your guys die, you get a really big battle and you've lost half your barracks, you have to conscript. And that's going to take 6, 7 hours, 8 hours, depending on what you're conscripting. So once you beat back people for a while, you have a breather for a while, right? And we still in our war declaration. Remember I talked about that? So we get bonuses for attacking their forts for another 20 hours. And the elves, they're in fighting in there, but they're not the main ones. So they have a cooldown right now, the main fellowships. So they can't really fight us back with forts. They can fight us for tiles, but it's harder for them to kill our forts for like a full-out war engage, basically. It's a good balancing of the game. I like it. Alright. Before I reinforce Legolas, I want Gimli's army to be reinforced in case I don't have enough troops. Some music. You can tell BlueStacks is not liking my game right now. At all. Alright, I'm going to reinforce Legolas. I have a lot of backup troops. This is awesome. Oh, not quite enough to fill that one up though. So you were getting low. So what we're actually going to do is, I'm going to instead of refilling his troops, I'm going to let Legolas go back and rest and get his stamina back. So I'm going to retreat him back to the base. I could also, if you don't want to recall him to the fort first, what fort he's in, I could go all the way to my base, and there's a button on your base that's either enter or summon, right? So I can click summon, and then it'll just pull Legolas straight back from wherever he is on the whole entire world. And he gets a 220% buff going back to your capital. That's good. Good, we got the tile. There we go. I'm going to have Haldir take this out real quick with some of his stamina. I really don't need Aragorn to keep fighting for 4 minutes, but I think we're not going to worry about it. So I'm going to get rid of this tile, but I'm going to keep that one so I can use that wood when I get a little closer to get that other one later. And I don't need this tile. Dolan's ready to go, though. Dolan's got some stamina left. Why don't you just attack this Dolan? Make sure they have no tiles that come back and attack me later. So I get rid of that red tile, then there's no way these aren't touching the big one. They can't attack the big one. They can't even come over here unless they capture lands to get back, right, with tiles. Because even a long march, you still have to have an ally faction or fellowship tile there to get there, or your own tiles. That's how you can't just travel across the world instantly. Good job, Haldir. You have enough stamina to hit one more? Yes, you do. Get that one too. See, this could be a good spot for a fort, because the choke point, but they could also come through there, and they could also come through over here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Gimli to sit on this tile as defense. He's waiting for reinforcements still. Well, you guys, you kind of see how this is. Again, slower game, but we're doing it. Anyway, well, when I take this, that's what we planned on doing for this thing. So 2 minutes, we got that. So when that's finishing up, I just want to thank you all for joining me for this very long Lord of the Rings excursion video. And I don't usually do videos that are almost 2 hours like this, but we did! I want to just quickly do a little shout out and thank you to my Patreon right here. You're awesome. I appreciate your support of my channel. I'm putting all my savings of Patreon stuff towards doing things for the channel, whether it be getting a new microphone. I might get a really nice microphone for voiceovers, or you know, that kind of stuff, or maybe even a little bit better camera, but I think my camera's pretty decent. But I'll be saving for those kind of things, or any other stuff I need to upgrade in the future to keep up with the new games, like that Gollum game coming out. So if you want to support me in that way, there's got links down there to Patreon. It's the lower amount to join the Discord, and you can join our Voice of the Rings Discord. It's awesome. You're all fantastic free peoples of Middle Earth if you want to join that, or